Too.
Well, you want to share one with me?
We are live. Yes, I do. Greetings, Elevensers. I'm Aiden.
I'm Christine. I was just getting a glass of water.
We're Friction Farm.
Thank you for joining us for Elevens, a song and a snack with Friction Farm. We used to have tea at Elevenses. It's kind of warm out, so I'm having water.
Although today's not as warm as some days. It was 68 this morning.
I've been slaving over a hot oven, so.
It's no bother.
So, we're home for the first time in a couple weeks. And we should be here for a couple weeks. Maybe 3 weeks. I don't know. I can't keep track, but at least a couple weeks. Back in the kitchen, yay. And so I'm baking, yay. And it occurred to us, well, two things. First, the setup here, no microphones, right? Last week at the mountain seemed to work out pretty well. And being the lazy people that we are, if we don't have to set stuff up, we're not going to set stuff up. So we'll see how this works from the house.
So we'd be interested in your feedback as to how it sounds and looks.
And the other thing is, we were chatting about, and I can't actually believe that this is true, but someone mentioned that, here we were in midsummer and we hadn't had Cobbler. Pretty sure we've had Cobbler. So anyway,
Have we had Cobbler?
Did
you have Cobbler?
Okay, maybe not on Thursday, but still, I'm sure we've had Cobbler.
Did we even talk about Cobbler?
I've made Cobbler. I've made peach cobbler. It's in the oven. I'm making peach cobbler. It's in the oven right now. Aiden is worried about, being too thin. He needs an entire cobbler to himself, he says.
It's true.
It is true. He eats that. So.
Rita says, sounds and looks good.
Yay!
I can actually read that from here.
Wow, I can see that there are comments, but I cannot even close it. They might be words.
Becca says, hello from Nashville? Are you always in Nashville? Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Right. We saw your Ren.
So
That was fun.
Yes, that was fun. So, so here's the other thing I was thinking about. It's zucchini season, and I really felt like I should do something with the zucchinis, but I did not make zucchini cobbler because that would just be horrible. Well, I don't really know.
Maybe not.
But you can count on next week there will probably be zucchini bread or muffins or blondies or something with zucchini. So keep that in mind if you're not a fan next week, whatever.
Could be. Diane and Phil here from London.
Hey!
You guys went back. And we're bad friends. That's all I have to say. Already back in London. Well, we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes. Yes, cool things down over there for us because, we've had enough of hot weather here. We want it to not be scorching over there.
It was 40 over there. For those of you that don't do the conversion, that's like 102 or something? Just
That's
a couple
crazy.
weeks ago. 40 degrees, 40 Celsius.
That's crazy.
Or centigrade if you're Steve Wyverly.
Okay, there's like two people on here who are going to understand that. But
I thought for sure I'd see Dan Senny go, Wyverly!
Okay.
Even the most, what was it? Even the most...
casual observer.
Yeah, right.
Obvious to even the most casual observer. Yes.
Yeah, well. So are we waiting for Cobbler or are we going to play the song?
I don't know. I was going to talk about elections. I was watching Trevor Noah and he said there are just too many elections. And it's really true. I mean, we've already had our primary and our runoff. And now other states are doing this. It's always
Something.
But people were very enthusiastic about Kansas. I am hoping that is a statement of the people's will and not the people's stupidity, because the law was written kind of funky and it's hard to,
And there was
yes
some,
means no, no means yes, but
dirty, underhanded marketing right before the
which
vote.
backfired apparently, or didn't. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I'm just hoping that is the will of the people. I'll take it either way, but it would be my preference. But for me, the exciting thing about that is that I can hear the cobbler beeping. That's not the exciting part. Sorry, squirrel.
It's exciting.
That people are realizing the limits of the power of the Supreme Court as was intended. they make a ruling, but it is not really carved in granite necessarily. It changes as we change. There are other ways. There are many branches of government, but there's also us, right? So they're sort of seeing the limitations of power there, and the limitlessness of our own power of the people. So that's what got me excited about all that. Hi, sorry, just blabbing on here. We should play a song.
Let's do it. Does that thing need to be fired back up or turned off or whatever?
I don't know. Let me just I'm cooking in the little easy bake oven outside.
It's not an easy bake oven. I mean, it's easy and it's a bake oven, but it's not an easy bake oven.
Oh crap!
Bad things apparently have happened outside. We don't exactly know what. Did things spill?
Yes, I forgot to put a.
Oh, that's gonna be messy.
Yep. I forgot to put a pan under the cobbler as I usually do because it's morning and.
So we're gonna need a new oven.
Yeah, it's just a little.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah. No.
Can it stay?
Yes, it can stand there. So, my thinking about the shift of power and the shift of public opinion and all those things leads into this song. Kind of. Sometimes things are going our way and sometimes they're not. And the world as we know it just changes every day. The world ends every day, every minute, whatever, and becomes something else all the time. It's always the end of the world. And, what are we going to do at the end of the world besides eat cobbler? Or something.
Let me turn on the guitar and the bass. Make sure the mic is in the right spot. This will be a good experiment. Ready?
If you knew there was no heaven, would you still be kind? If you knew there was no hell, would you change your mind? It's not a question of faith or the way that you believe. It's who you are down deep. So make your mind up before your time's up. You don't have time to waste, because the end of the world is never far away. When they're pounding on my door, when they're calling out my name, will you stand by me or deny that we're the same till the moment of truth? You never really know. But if you mean to stare down trouble, maybe that's the side you show. So get your plans made before it's too late. You don't have time to waste, because the end of the world is never far away. When it takes you in his arms, what color will you be? Angry flame red or pure white mercy? The angel always knows on your very last day if your whole life was bright or gray. So get your soul right before your last flight. You don't have time to waste, bring it in and see how much of a mess it is.
Let's hope it's not a mess. Put on the iron gloves.
Well, overkill with it. They're grill mitts, but whatever. It's what I had.
Welding gloves. They look like welding gloves or fireplace gloves.
Welding mittens.
Welding mittens? That sounds like a bad idea. I think welding mittens would be a bad idea. Can't hold on to stuff.
It's the name of a punk band. Welding mittens.
Welding mittens? Right up there with moldy figs. Oh, it looks good. Oh, it looks hot.
Not terribly messy. It's not the end of the oven. Don't shut it.
I'm saying don't slam it.
Oh.
Wire in the door.
The end of
Not
the
tremendously
glove.
messy, but the gloves are messy now. And, of course, probably the oven. It looks good. Can you pick it up without, like, sliding it off the thing onto the floor?
So there we go. There's Cobbler. Yeah, there's kind of a lot of crust, so it does not. It's like
Solidified?
so there's kind of a lot of top crust there. So I think it didn't allow enough steam vents. It didn't start out that way, but it spread. Yeah.
It looks good. We'll let you know how good it is.
So what's happening out there with people?
What's happening with people?
Yeah.
Susan Bailey says, ripe figs. Great on toast with marmalade. Got to agree. Yep, got to agree.
When we lived downtown, we had a great big fig tree. It was supposed to be a dwarf fig tree, and it grew to like 20 feet. We would cut it back to, by we I mean Aiden would cut it back to about 4 feet every year, and it would still grow up over the house. Tons of figs.
Russ Tadia likes the loosey-goosey.
I do too.
Cool.
Also, big fan of the less work to do. Because that means more baking.
And Susan says she could hear the beeping. You could hear the beeping from the porch. That's pretty good.
Wow.
Your hearing is really good. Or
Well,
this mic is really good.
Did you not hear it, Aiden?
I did hear it.
Okay.
I heard it.
Yes. So we have a little convection toaster oven, and in the summer I cook outside. I've already told you this, but not everybody is here every week. And I used to feel like it was a really hillbilly, because it really is a really hillbilly thing to do, but now I just kind of feel like it's a good idea. It doesn't heat up the house,
Easy to move in and out. Bears don't seem to enjoy it yet. But
Hey.
the deer ate our sweet potatoes, or the deer mowed the sweet potatoes the other day, and then last night
Something.
probably a deer, ate Seminole squash vine. Just took it
So
off.
it could have been bunnies, because we've kind of blocked everything else from the bunnies.
We're thinking
So-
we're going to have to put up a fence.
We've never had a fence before. We've, things have come in and eaten a little bit, but they haven't just completely. I don't know what's changed in the world. We have a bunny for the first time.
Yeah. I know what's changed. Neighbors. We have a new neighbor moving in, building, eliminating habitat maybe?
Like clearing, and not so much with the building. It's the slowest build ever. Maybe I just don't remember. I've
Maybe.
blocked out how slow our building was.
Although
probably.
Craig, 2 doors down, said that he saw a bunny for the first time this year too, and he's been here for 15, 18 years, something like that.
Wow.
First bunny ever.
Okay, they're cute.
All right, so we had a bunny when we lived downtown. His name was Carlos, Bunny Carlos, for those of you that know that. And he ate the weeds. Did not eat the lettuce. He ate weeds. It was
He
great.
would jump right past the lettuce and eat the weeds. Carlos the weed-eating bunny. This is not one of his relatives.
Carlos the Third.
You
I don't
know,
know.
by that generation, they just go all off the rails.
Anyway,
Anyway.
we haven't seen Edwin. Edwin's our box turtle, eastern box turtle. Actually, he's part of the herd of turtles.
It's probably too. I probably have to let that cool.
I think you gotta let it cool.
I know. I'm anxious. We'll show it to you later.
You should let everybody go and have a
Have
cup
your
of
own
tea
snack.
and have a snack and hi to all y'all. Somebody said hi from New York, but it just says Facebook user, so I don't know who you are. But hello from New York. We know lots of people up there. Thanks for joining us. This was fun. A good experiment. We'll watch it back and see just how we think the signal is and all that.
But I am loving this if we don't have to set up microphones and we could just move all over.
Cool. And on the porch and, not have to drag all that stuff out there.
Yeah. And when we're in Europe.
Mmm.
Do Elevenses in Europe.
Very cool. All right, y'all.
Thank you for being here. I'm Christine.
I'm Aiden.
We are Friction Farm, and we will see you next week for Elevenses.
See ya.